Alright guys, first and foremost, shout out to Twitter user Unforgiven Studio for this strategy. Without this user's help, I would still be playing this level. Because guys, this is not only the hardest level in Dusk, but it is probably the hardest level I have ever played in a first-person shooter in my entire life. The game throws 270 enemies at you in waves. 10 waves you have to go through. No checkpoints, of course, because one hit and you die, but there's no cover. There's no way to take refuge from the massive amount of enemies they throw at you. The only thing you can usually do is just keep jumping on jump pads and shoot them and hope they die before you do. I tried other strategies, jumping off of the arena over and over and putting up my sword and hoping that they'd kill each other using the Crystal of Madness. And it worked for a while, but I'd have to save scum. I had to save scum through the game in between waves to get through the levels, and I did that, but I was like, there's got to be a better way, because I want a consistent way to beat this level, not some random, I hope to God I just don't die when I spawn in the middle of the level again by jumping off. So I took to Twitter, and I kind of just bitched to the developers. I said, hey, what was the point of this level? This level is unforgiving, literally. Whose bright idea was this? And so they chimed in, actually, and told me, oh, this was my idea and this guy's idea. And then this guy chimes in, Unforgiven Studio. He says, you know, there's an easy way to do this. There's a way to cheese this level. And I had looked on YouTube for strategy videos. I had looked and seen people doing it the Chad way, jumping on jump pads and just being uber gods at the game. But I wanted a consistent way that, you know, anybody could just jump in and do this. So this guy says there's a way to cheat the level. So I was very interested. I said, well, I've looked everywhere on the line. I haven't seen anything. He said, yeah, at the end of the level, when you beat the level, there's a gate that appears. But the gate's always there. It's just invisible. So you can actually jump onto it by using a rocket jump with the riveter. And you can cheese the level. And that's what we're going to do in this level, guys. And let's be honest, the developers knew this level was crap, so that's why they made this exploit for us to find. I would never found it, though. And they also give you a coward's exit out, a secret exit out, and we're going to do that first before we start the level proper. Alright guys, let's get to it. So we're going to go the coward's exit first. This is an exit that the developers allow you to find if you don't want to go through the absolute onslaught of enemies that they want to throw at you in this level. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn around. We're going to get our hunting rifle out. This is the best way to do it. You're going to have to drop down here. You can see the teleporter in the distance right there. But what you have to do is walk in a straight line. Sometimes you'll just fall off. But the easiest way is just to zoom in with your hunting rifle and just make sure the cursor is right over the teleporter and you'll never fall off. Going this way, you're going to have to do anyway if you want the Crystal of Madness, which we definitely want. So when we do it proper, we're going to take this and we're going to put it through the teleporter. But this is the coward's way we're doing it first. So you need to get up there. So the way you do that, you got to jump on these platforms. You're going to drop down to a jump pad. And there you go. The coward's way out, guys. You don't have to face any enemies. You just go straight to the next level. And you'll get the pacifist and untouchable and low-tech awards as well. If you need to get those, this is definitely the easiest way to do it. And now for the real way we're going to do it. So we still got to go back the way we came here. Same strategy as before. And I highly recommend, once you get the Crystal of Madness and you get to the teleporter where you're going to go through the level, make a save, because you don't want to have to keep doing this over and over after every fail, and you're going to fail. You're going to fail hundreds of times if you try to do it the Chad way anyway. This strategy is still pretty hard to do in the first wave. The first wave is very daunting, so you're probably going to fail quite a bit. You can use the soap in the level for the boss if you want to, but I found an easier way to beat the boss. So we're going to just plant. So the soap is behind us, but you want to make sure the Crystal of Madness is right next to the teleporter. And here's the soap. Like I said, we're not going to use the soap in this level, but if you want to use it for the boss, it's a good backup plan. Now, getting the crystal through the teleporter without it breaking is kind of difficult and a bit RNG. I found if you just run in real quick and back up, sometimes it doesn't break. But it's a crapshoot, guys, whether this crystal will break or not. So we're just gonna always put the soap through the teleporter just to be safe. What you want to do is pick up the crystal and run to the first bounce pad and throw it right there. And then start running and bunny hopping on the jump pads. You're going to have to kill as many soldiers as you can, as quickly as you can, while you're on the jump pads. Don't worry about splash damage. Just if you see a soldier near you, just blast him with the riveter. Just keep doing this over and over. Don't worry about ammo. You'll get it back. Just keep pounding these soldiers with the rivet gun. And just bunny hop to the next one. Just pretend you're in a race. You cannot waste any time. If you stand still, you're going to die immediately. So just keep using the jump pads and fire downward at the soldiers. And if you see one on your way to the next jump pad, just blast them as best as you can. And try not to pick up any power-ups right now. You can use them as a backup plan for later. Once you're pretty confident that most of the soldiers are dead, then we're going to get our mortar gun out. But the mortar is the main weapon you need to save ammo for. We're going to use it in this wave, and we're not going to use it ever again. You want to make sure you kill all of the bone monks except for one. You want to leave one bone monk alive before making the next wave spawn, because you want to be on the safe. You'll be in your safe spot. So once you got one left, make sure you pick up the backpack because it refills all your ammo. And we're just going to get to the green mist where we threw the Crystal of Madness. We're going to use the rivet gun and rocket jump right here. And we're on top of the gate. We cannot be damaged by anything as long as we stay back here. So this wave, wave 2, is you have scarecrow guys and dogs, that's it. So they usually kill themselves, especially with the Crystal of Madness, and that's why you wanted to throw it exactly where we did, because the enemies are going to congregate towards you, and they're going to go through the Crystal of Madness mist, and they're just going to start killing each other. Now, sometimes you notice I'm coming up to the ledge with my sword drawn in a defensive position. This is because sometimes you got to get close to the edge to get some of the enemies in the far back to come towards you. This is just to aggro them to come towards you, so don't ever go to the edge without your sword drawn. You can get shot by something random, and it does happen. So usually when there's one enemy left, they'll just stand there not doing anything. So you know there's only one enemy left. The next wave is super cultists and doctors. There's a theme here. Usually you'll have ground enemies and some kind of air enemy or a projectile that you have to account for. So here is definitely where you want to make sure you have your sword drawn, because those projectiles can hit you. Most of the doctors are going to kill each other, but you're going to have to walk to the edge to get some of these cultists to come up to you. There's a lot of them in the back there, and they're very slow walks, so it takes a while for them to get here. But let's talk about the end of the level here. We do not want to use the mortar at all for the rest of the level until we get to the boss, because the mortar is what we're going to use to kill the boss. We want to make sure when we get to the boss, it's a formality, meaning we don't have to worry about anything. It's a shoe-in, and with the mortar, with full ammo, it's going to be so easy. So we're not going to use the mortar from here on out. And we really shouldn't have to attack too much, but I do attack some to thin the herds here and there in some of these waves, and I'll show those when I get to them. But this is the strategy. We're just going to get to the edge, hold our sword up, and wait for them to kill each other. You can see that they're not even interested in us right now. It's good to know when the next wave is about to happen. The next wave are Wendigos, and they'll just come to us, so we just use our pistols to draw them out. You just fire in a random spot, so you never know where they're going to be. But we need to be sure that we're ready for the next wave, because the bone balls are going to be a threat to us. They can kill us even from our safe spot. So we need to get our rivet gun out and get ready. 2 shots will kill one. So you want to be extremely aggressive in this wave and just shoot them quickly. 2 shots, move to the next one. Do it as fast as you can because this is the hardest part in your safe spot. Once you get past this wave, the rest is a cakewalk. Especially if you have full ammo in your mortar for the boss. The next wave are goats and heavies. I think they're called welders. Now I try to take out the welders myself here. You don't have to do this. They're going to kill each other eventually. If you want to be uber safe and just never go to the edge and never kill anything, you know, you can do that. But here, as you can see, I'm just kind of peeking over, trying to find out where the welders are spawning. And with 1 shot from our hunting rifle, we can take each one out. And we're not going to need the hunting rifle again, so you can expend all of the ammo here if you want to. But just be careful. I probably didn't need to do this. I just wanted to thin the herds quickly. Now, this next wave is the easiest. It's just rats, and you can take them out with the rivet gun. We're not going to use the mortar, like I said. I cannot stress that enough. The mortar is the key to victory for the boss. It's going to trivialize the boss, so we're just going to waste our rivet gun ammo. We only have 5 shots left, but it should be enough to get through the rats here. We're not going to need the rivet gun again, so... except for the next level. You definitely need it in the next level. Now, the next wave... oh, still got a rat somewhere. I did use 1 shot. Just don't use a lot of it. Make sure you have at least 49 shots. The more you have, the better. Let's just put it that way. Still had another... he just wouldn't die, I guess. He's like a cockroach. I wasn't going to use another mortar shot. Now we have cultists, chainsaw guys, or leatherheads, whatever you want to call them. I think there might be ghouls as well. Thought I heard one. Yeah, there's ghouls down there too. So you have cultists, ghouls, and leatherheads down there. That's a lot to deal with if you're just in there with no cover. That last ghoul right there. We're almost there, guys. This is the last wave before the boss. You're going to have Black Knights, the aliens, which I think they're called the priestesses or something. I don't remember. And you have cowgirls. That's still a lot to deal with if you're down there with no cover. I really don't recommend shooting much in this level. Just come up to the edge and just get them to come to you. This is one where you don't want to take any chances because 1 shot from their... you got to take a direct hit from their shots from the cowgirl, but it's still not worth it. They'll kill each other eventually. And just 1 cowgirl left. Now when the music changes, You know the boss is coming, and you'll see the bar, the health bar. Don't approach too close to the edge. You want to stay about right here and bounce the rivet guns ammo right off the edge. That's all you gotta do, and it's over. You're safe. They can't do anything. This is why I like this strategy better than the soap. Because how are you gonna get the soap up here in the first place? I guess you could throw it and hit the back wall, but I haven't tried that. This is just a safer, more consistent strategy, I think. Just use the mortar, bounce it off the floor, and over the edge. And this nightmare of a level will be over. One day I might go back and do it the Chad way. I just don't think I want to invest the time, guys. It's just not worth it. It's not a consistent strategy. Getting good is not a consistent strategy. These videos were supposed to be for strategies to get through each level. That's why I'm glad I found this guy on Twitter, because, like I said, still be stuck. And it's over. The nightmare is over, guys. You don't have to get any ammo because you're going to get restocked in the boss fight in the next level, so it doesn't matter. I will see you guys in the finale. Dusk.